Hey guys, welcome back. We are on day 7 of reading the Bible. If you have started reading the Bible with me, whether on your own or watching my videos, um, I just want to say, for some reason, I just feel like I need to say this today. So, when I first started to um, venture down, reading the Bible and opening my mind to it and letting God into my life, I was watching a lot of videos and talking to people. And, you know, the one main thing that I realized very quickly is that you have to make time for God. You have to make time for praying. You have to make time for His Word, which means reading the Bible. You have to make time for Him in your life, and whatever your purpose is, you have to make time for that. Um, and I know that like some people are probably like, oh my God, your videos are 20 to 30 minutes a day. I can't work that into my life because, we're all used to watching shorts or, TikTok, where I think the max is like 3 minutes and YouTube shorts are 1 minute, because I do the same thing. I like to just watch shorts once in a while and they're max a minute each. And, but I just want to remind whoever needs to hear this that if you truly are wanting to let God into your life, you have to make time. You just have to. There's no way around it. You cannot get the rewards that come with letting God into your life if you do not make time for Him. You do not make time for His Word. His Word, above all, is the most important thing, which is the Bible. You have to read the Bible. You just have to. You have to read His Word. You have to let it in. You have to make time for Him. You have to pray to Him. You know, um, and that doesn't necessarily mean church. Um, you don't have to like. You can still let God into your life without going to church all the time. You know, um, so I just, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to say this because I know that when I first started, I know people in my family who are like, oh yeah, I believe in God. I've never read the Bible though, don't pray, don't have a relationship with Him. And they, have pretty tough times in their life. And then I see the people in my husband's family who are dedicated. My mother and father-in-law, my sister-in-law, her husband, they're all super dedicated. They go to church twice a week, they pray, they read the Bible, they're very involved, they're very like God is very much in their life, and they very much make Him a priority, and they very much take time um, and make time for Him. And um, so I don't know, I just, and I see how much better what the more good that they have in their life. They have better mindsets, they're more positive, they have more energy for life, better things happen to them, they have more blessings in life. And so it's, I just want to remind people that like you cannot get the rewards and blessings that God can give you without actually making time for Him. So whether you're doing it reading the Bible with me through my videos or reading the Bible on your own, just a reminder, guys, you have to make time for Him and His Word. There is no other way around it. There's just not. So, if you want to read with me on my videos, by all means, I would love that, because I definitely would love to like hear more people's thoughts, that are kind of in my situation where, just kind of barely going down this road and letting God into their life, reading the Bible. I'd love to hear from those people and what they think, in the comments, and, you know, um, just kind of like go on this journey with others too. But if you don't and you just want to do this privately, that's fine too. All power to you. But I don't know. It's just a reminder, guys. So let's get started on day 7.
The commander of his army said to Abraham, God is with you in everything you do. Swear to me by God, here and now, that you will not break an agreement with me or with my children and descendants, as I have been loyal to you. So you will be loyal to me and to the country where you are a resident alien. And Abraham said, I swear it. But Abraham complained to Abimelech because of the well that Abimelech's servants had seized. Abimelech replied, I don't know who did this thing. You didn't report anything to me, so I hadn't heard about it until today. Abraham took flocks and herds and gave them to Abimelech, and the two of them made a covenant. Abraham separated 7 ewe lambs from the flock, and Abimelech said to Abraham, Why have you separated these 7 ewe lambs? He replied, You are to accept the 7 ewe lambs from me so that this act will serve as my witness that I dug this well. Therefore, that place was called Beersheba, because it was there that the two of them swore an oath. After they had made a covenant at Beersheba, Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of his army, left and returned to the land of the Philistines. Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there he called on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. And Abraham lived as an alien in the land of the Philistines for many days. After these things, God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham. Here I am, he answered. Take your son, he said, your only son Isaac, whom you love, go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains I will tell you about.
So I know what you guys are thinking. Why would God ask him to go and kill his son as an offering? So just remember what it just said in 22:1. It said that God is testing Abraham. So just remember that.
So Abraham got up early in the morning, saddled his donkey, and took with him 2 of his young men and his son Isaac. He split wood for a burnt offering and set out to go to the place God had told him about. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. Then Abraham said to his young men, Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will go over there to worship. Then we'll come back to you. Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and laid it on his son Isaac. In his hand, he took the fire and the knife, and the two of them walked on together. Then Isaac spoke to his father Abraham and said, My father. And he replied, Here I am, my son. Isaac said, The fire and the wood are here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Abraham answered, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. Then the two of them walked on together. When they arrived at the place that God had told him about, Abraham built the altar there and arranged the wood. He bound his son Isaac and placed him on the altar on top of the wood. Then Abraham reached out and took the knife to slaughter his son. But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. He replied, Here I am. Then he said, Do not lay a hand on the boy or do anything to him, for now I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your only son from me. Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in the thicket by its horns. So Abraham went and took the ram and offered it as a burnt offering in place of his son. And Abraham named that place, The Lord Will Provide. So today it is said, It will be provided on the Lord's mountain.
I have to admit, guys, when I was recording this earlier and I was listening to this, I was kind of like holding my breath. I was like, oh my God, is this really happening? Like, if if he legit kills his son Isaac as an offering for God because God asked him to, I'm going to stop reading the Bible. Like, I don't want to follow something that tells, I don't want to follow God if he's like telling people to kill, their child and as an offering for him. But then I realized, oh, it was just a test, and it was just to see if Abraham, was really like there and like loyal and would be willing to do anything for God. A little barbaric of a test, but still it was a test. So I felt a little more, I felt like I could take a breath after that because I was getting a little worried.
Then the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven, and said, By myself I have sworn, this is the Lord's declaration. Because you have done this thing, and have not withheld your only son, I will indeed bless you and make your offspring as numerous as the stars of the sky and the sand on the seashore. Your offspring will possess the city gates of their enemies, and all the nations of the earth will be blessed by your offspring because you have obeyed my command. Abraham went back to his young men, and they got up and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham settled in Beersheba. Now after these things, Abraham was told, Milcah also has borne sons to your brother Nahor. Uz, his firstborn, his brother Buz, Kemuel, the father of Aram. He said, Hazo, Pildash, Jidlaph, and Bethuel. And Bethuel fathered Rebekah. Milcah bore these 8 to Nahor, Abraham's brother. His concubine, whose name was Rumah, also bore Teba, Gaham, Tahash, and Maha. Now Sarah lived 127 years. These were all the years of her life.
So I don't remember because the first 2 videos I did of this, day 1 and day 2, I wasn't recording the Bible on those 2 days. So I don't remember if it happened in those or not. But there was a point where God said, okay, I'm changing your guys' lifespans to 130 years. So that's what he's saying. That's what it's saying about now Sarah lived 127 years. These were all the years of her life because God actually changed it from originally it was immortality with Adam and Eve, but then they messed up. So then they got that taken away. Then it was like all the people were living like almost 1,000 years, somewhere in the like 900 range. And then I can't remember exactly what it was that made him change it, but then again, there's a verse where he says that he then changed it to 130 years. So just a reminder, in case you didn't know that.
Sarah died in Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan, and Abraham went in to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. When Abraham got up from beside his dead wife, he spoke to the Hethites, I am an alien residing among you. Give me burial property among you so that I can bury my dead. The Hethites replied to Abraham, Listen to us, my lord. You are a prince of God among us. Bury your dead in our finest burial place. None of us will withhold from you his burial place for burying your dead. Then Abraham rose and bowed down to the Hethites, the people of the land. He said to them, If you are willing for me to bury my dead, listen to me and ask Ephron, son of Zohar, on my behalf, to give me the cave of Machpelah that belongs to him. It is at the end of his field. Let him give it to me in your presence for the full price as burial property. Ephron was sitting among the Hethites. So in the hearing of all the Hethites who came to the gate of his city, Ephron the Hethite answered Abraham, No, my lord, listen to me. I give you the field, and I give you the cave that is in it. I give it to you in the sight of my people. Bury your dead. Abraham bowed down to the people of the land, and said to Ephron in the hearing of the people of the land, "Listen to me, if you please. Let me pay the price of the field. Accept it from me, and let me bury my dead there." Ephron answered Abraham and said to him, "My lord, listen to me. Land worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that between you and me? Bury your dead." Abraham agreed with Ephron, and Abraham weighed out to Ephron the silver that he had agreed to in the hearing of the Hethites, 400 standard shekels of silver. So Ephron's field at Machpelah near Mamre, the field with its cave and all the trees anywhere within the boundaries of the field, became Abraham's possession in the sight of all the Hethites who came to the gate of his city. After this, Abraham buried his wife Sarah in the cave of the field at Machpelah, near Mamre, that is, Hebron, in the land of Canaan. The field with its cave passed from the Hethites to Abraham as burial property. Abraham was now old, getting on in years, and the Lord had blessed him in everything. Abraham said to his servant, the elder of his household who managed all he owned, "Place your hand under my thigh, and I will have you swear by the Lord, God of heaven and God of earth, that you will not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I live, but will go to my land and my family to take a wife for my son Isaac." The servant said to him, "Suppose the woman is unwilling to follow me to this land. Should I have your son go back to the land you came from?" Abraham answered him, "Make sure that you don't take my son back there. The Lord, the God of heaven, who took me from my father's house and from my native land, who spoke to me and swore to me, 'I will give this land to your offspring.' He will send his angel before you, and you can take a wife for my son from there. If the woman is unwilling to follow you, then you are free from this oath to me, but don't let my son go back there." So the servant placed his hand under his master Abraham's thigh and swore an oath to him concerning this matter. The servant took 10 of his master's camels, and with all kinds of his master's goods in hand, he went to Aram Naharaim, to Nahor's town. At evening, the time when women went out to draw water, he made the camels kneel beside a well outside the town. "Lord, God of my master Abraham," he prayed, "make this happen for me today, and show kindness to my master Abraham. I am standing here at the spring where the daughters of the men of the town are coming out to draw water. Let the girl to whom I say, 'Please lower your water jug so that I may drink,' and who responds, 'Drink, and I'll water your camels also.' Let her be the one you have appointed for your servant Isaac. By this I will know that you have shown kindness to my master." Before he had finished speaking, there was Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Abraham's brother Nahor, coming with a jug on her shoulder. Now the girl was very beautiful, a virgin. No man had been intimate with her. She went down to the spring, filled her jug, and came up. Then the servant ran to meet her and said, "Please let me have a little water from your jug." She replied, "Drink, my lord." She quickly lowered her jug to her hand and gave him a drink. When she had finished giving him a drink, she said, "I'll also draw water for your camels until they have had enough to drink." She quickly emptied her jug into the trough and hurried to the well again to draw water. She drew water for all his camels, while the man silently watched her to see whether or not the Lord had made his journey a success. As the camels finished drinking, the man took a gold ring weighing half a shekel, and for her wrists 2 bracelets weighing 10 shekels of gold. "Whose daughter are you?" he asked. "Please tell me, is there room in your father's house for us to spend the night?" She answered him, "I am the daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor." She also said to him, "We have plenty of straw and feed and a place to spend the night." Then the man knelt low, worshipped the Lord, and said, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who has not withheld his kindness and faithfulness from my master. As for me, the Lord has led me on the journey to the house of my master's relatives."
Okay, guys, that was day 7, and it wasn't much more nice chapters than I feel like the past couple days has been. Um, so that was very nice. Um, well, guys, I don't have a lot to say today. I'm not feeling super great. I have like a headache and I'm tired. My daughter's been sleeping really bad lately, and she's 9 months, and so she's just been all over with her sleep, and I'm feeling it. So, but just, a reminder, if anyone wants to join me on this journey, you are more than welcome. I would actually love to be, have others go on this journey with me. So please, just if you'd like to join, just watch my videos. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.